for the.
Well, you better not take any of mine, or I'm just logging off. So,
Well, like I said, I went maybe one. There may be one, and then like I said, it was so many bands. Like I said, I looked in January. I could easily pick 5 albums that I like, five songs off of those albums. It was such a good. Took me back because, like I said, I was 13, something like 13 in '89. No, I was 10.
I was gonna say I was 8. So,
10.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I still loved music. But my number 5, I didn't really listen to this back then. I didn't appreciate most of this stuff is after being 10. But Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. Right off the
What?
That was one of my people at work's picks, so that one doesn't hurt my feelings actually. So I'm okay with that one.
Here.
We just got here.
That was the one I honestly, and I had two. I kind of knew that one would get taken. That was yeah.
Well, the way it starts, you know, the just that guitar, the way it starts, that is like the greatest intro, in my opinion. And then it's a fun song. The story behind the song is good because it was like, I think this was after Vince Neil had the accident and killed somebody in the drunk driving, I think. And Nikki Sixx had got out of rehab or the hospital or something, went home and shot some stuff up, and his heart stopped. And so he when he came to, you know, the needle was still in his arm, and so he sat there and wrote this song. And so the story behind it's pretty crazy, but it's a great song. My favorite line is "Skydive naked from an aeroplane," or "A hot-bodied chick from outer space," or "hot-bodied woman from outer space," "hot-bodied lady from outer space." Yeah, I did the first line. I'm like, okay, and then I didn't know the second line until just a couple hours ago. I'm like, this makes no sense. That makes it even better. But it's a good song, very good song. Motley Crue definitely lived wild, and I think this was kind of after their main rush of success. I think this was their comeback album, you know. But number 4 is one we lost too early. Grunge. We were talking about all the rain here and the grunge. So I had grunge on. Mindshaker Meltdown by Mother Love Bone. Andrew Wood, he passed away. He overdosed on heroin, and so the whole formation of what was it, Temple of the Dog, was a tribute to him with all those guys, and then the members of Mother Love Bone, the remaining members, went on to join Pearl Jam. And it's a good song. This was their like EP Shine. And so this, I think they ended up did an EP, and I think they did like 2 albums before he passed away. But I think this was their debut EP, I think even. And number 3, still up in Seattle, Uncovered by Soundgarden, debut album.
Yep.
Oh no, I don't think this was their debut album, but Louder Than Love. I can't remember if it was their debut album. And on this album, sometimes I'm like, did they have a different singer? Because it doesn't have that Chris Cornell sound that we know now. You know, he was still playing around with sounds, and I think the guitar player was doing some backup vocals, and some of it was really weird. But this was just, I had 2 songs on there that I kept going back and forth. From here on out, I've had 2 songs that was always either 2 or 3 songs or the whole album I had to narrow it down to. But good song, and had to work some Cornell on there.
Sweet.
Okay, so here's my number 2. My number 2 and number 1 are ones that I'd saved. That, like I said, I had them on the back burner. I was like waiting to use them, and I didn't. When the numbers came on last week, I didn't make the connection, and so I made the poll. And you know, I'm like, at first I was leaning towards 61 because that had some good music, and then something just kind of kept pulling me towards. And it's funny how it works, how our topics sometimes, you know, kind of just do some weird stuff and transcend things into life. And like I said, so I checked, and there it was. I was like, all right, there they are. But Unity by Operation Ivy. I think this was their only album. It may even have been a super group. I don't know. I don't know too much about Operation Ivy. But
Mhm.
I don't know who that is. That's a new one.
they're punkish, ska-ish. And it's, Unity. This war's got to end. A lot of it transcends to what we're dealing with in if I don't even want to call that the real world, but in that fake world,
Mhm.
in that world out there that's not real. They're
Present day.
present
Yeah,
day.
present day.
I'm not present in it, so I don't know. That's not an accurate term, but it's a good song. Good song. A lot of stuff that transcends. My number one. Okay. Badmouth, Fugazi. These guys, this whole album, this is their compilation album, 13 songs. And there's a video floating around of them live back then. And they had the two singers, they had two vocalists. One guy, he's just kind of just back up, the hype guy, and he does a little, verses. But great song, Fugazi, that whole album. I almost wanted to pick the whole album and just the whole album, Fugazi. I was this close, but I couldn't do that to Unity, to Operation Ivy. But yep, that's my 5.
Okay, good
I was
list.
excited little puppy.
Yay!
That's why I don't like going first, because I get excited little puppy.
I didn't expect to get new songs on this, to be honest with you. I mean, but I guess that's what we should do. But I kind of, there you go. Good list.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't excited. I've been listening to Fugazi for a couple years now. Unity, or I keep saying Unity, but Operation Ivy, same, probably about the same. But
okay,
yeah,
list.
Sweet. That's what's up.
Santiago.